Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from
Messing up.
Hey,
What's going down? Gamblers around the world.
I see you though. I see you though. Hey, I gotta figure out how to do that.
It's the coach. As you can see, it's early, bright early morning. I'm just waking up. My boy Marley Best. Marley, how you feeling?
Feeling good, dog. Two days of straight victory.
Hey man, you taking care of business right now. You are taking care of business right now. You caught up. Your winning percentage is looking good. You know, um, it's a lot of money being made from everybody, and we just we ready to make some more money today, man. But
That's that's 8-1 in 2 days, man. Oh,
8-1 2 days.
excuse me. Nine and 1 in 2 days. I went 5-0 day before yesterday. 4-1 yesterday. So 9-1, man, last 2 days.
All I know is things got crazy. I'm up there. I was nervous this morning, ladies and gentlemen, because I didn't know if I'm fooling with a new bookie. Didn't know if he was going to pay me or not. And sure enough, he has. Shout out to him. I am very happy this morning. That's why I'm up early and I'm ready to make some more money. I'm just going to throw this disclaimer out there on these picks. My view of these games is going to be a lot different because I'm going to throw. My portfolio is good enough to where I can throw money lines all day long for a bill, for a whole bill. So that's how. So that my train of thought might be thrown off just a little bit, but
Hey,
I'm still ready to make these plays, man.
hey,
Marley,
if
you
you
on
got it,
fire?
if you got it, man, and that's how you feel, it's always better to just money line and get the win and get the fuck out, bro.
Get the win, get the win, get the win. Underdog is gonna win tonight, and we are gonna get on. We're gonna get to that game, and I'm pretty sure we both agree on that. But without
Is it
even
the
talking,
team that we didn't talk about yesterday that won outright that I had +9, but we didn't talk about it on the show?
yes,
All right, I already know who you talking about. Yeah, I'm on that too, for
we
sure.
talked about it. I think
Open mic.
at open mic. Yeah,
We talked
yeah.
about it open mic.
So, but let's get right into it, man. The people are here. Game started in an hour. Let's go ahead and talk about this Ohio State versus Michigan. Michigan opened up as a -7.5 favorite. The total is 146.5. Right now, sitting at -5.5, and the total is at 142.5. Ohio State on the 3-game winning streak right now. They are 20-8, 15-12-1 against the spread, while the Michigan Wolverines, they are 20-3 on the year, 17-6 against the spread. Injury reports. Young might be out today, being concussed. That is big because he went off.
Yeah.
First half yesterday, he had like 19 points, career high. So, but Hard hit me. Everybody hit me. Um, he's gonna be out today. It's game time decision, but he may not be into it. While Michigan Livers, he's out indefinitely. So did he just get hurt?
I'm checking that right now. Honestly, I'm trying to pull up Michigan's injury report.
All right, all right. But Ohio State's on a 2-game winning streak against Minnesota and Purdue in the tournaments. Get to these actual factions. Ohio State, they are 1-5 against the spread, 12-5 straight up in the last 17 games, 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games this season, 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games against Big Ten opponents, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games when playing as an underdog. Michigan Wolverines 13-4 against the spread in the last 17. They're 17-3 straight up in the last 20 games, They're 13-7 straight up in the last 20 games played in March, 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games played on Saturday, 17-3 straight up in the last 20 games when playing as a favorite, and 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing on a Saturday. Michigan Wolverines, Ohio State, the rivalry. What you think, Marley?
Livers is out.
So he is he got hurt yesterday?
He had to get hurt yesterday.
Okay.
He's out with a foot injury. Damn, that kind of sucks.
So both teams are going to be missing two star players.
Banged up. Well, yeah, Livers is, man.
That's
Livers,
big. I wish I would have known that, but fuck it.
But fuck it, like you said. Where's my tablet? Give me 1 second, guys. All right, get my notes. Man, that Livers being out sucks. But even with that being said, this is a play that I already made. I already made this morning earlier before we talked. I didn't know Livers was out, and I do think that's big. And even still, I think Michigan has enough depth and is the overall better team and can handle this injury being to Livers for a game or so. I just think it's too much firepower on Michigan sideline. And Ohio State, although they made some good runs earlier in the season and even at the middle of the season, I don't like how they really been playing they last 10. I mean, they 6-4 out of the 10, but just overall, I'm not a big fan of it. I know they're on the 3-game winning streak. I don't even like how they play Purdue.
Man, that game came down to. Did you watch it or no?
I watched it. I watched the first half. When they blow them out, I quit watching it, and then I think I left the house that day. And I look at my phone.
They went cold.
They going to overtime.
Yeah, they went cold.
And I had Ohio State that game, and then to barely win in overtime against. And don't get me wrong, Purdue is not a bad team, but they shouldn't be. I don't think they should be competing with Ohio State in that manner. As well as I think Michigan is a Final Four team. I don't know if they'll necessarily get there, but I do think they have Final Four capabilities and should be there, in my opinion. And I don't think Ohio State is in that league. I think they're probably in Sweet 16. But I don't think they're in Final Four. Maybe even at best an Elite 8. But I don't think I would have them in my Elite 8. But I definitely got Michigan. I'm gonna still take Michigan. I already took it, so I'm still gonna recommend Michigan -6.5.
It's not. Excuse me. It's not even at 6.5.
It's gonna come down though. I'm assuming it's coming down probably to like what, maybe 4.
It's at 5.5 right now. In about 30 minutes, it might go to it might be at 4.5 in a little bit. So I need to change the line on the screen for that one. But I still like Michigan. My personally, I took them just to win. I took a money line just to win, the game. But I will take the 5.5 right now. Yeah, I like that line.
Hey, JD, that's a good point, dog. Hey, JD say everybody hopping off that Michigan and Vegas still ain't really moved the line, which they only moved it, a point?
That's what I'm saying.
1 point. That's true. And I still think Michigan the better team. Like I said earlier, Michigan to me.
Livers really he ain't really go off yesterday. I mean, I know he's a big part, but Young is out too. So you got two star players for each team that are out now. So now it's time for everybody else.
He give you 12 and 6. So I don't want to, like downplay his importance. But
I mean, he's important.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is important. But at the end of the day, I just don't fear this Ohio State team. I just think that Michigan is the better overall team, even without Rivers. Like you said, they're missing Young, and Young statistically wise don't cancel out Livers, but I just think Michigan is the overall better team, bro. At the end of the day, even without Livers, with both teams having some injuries, at least 2 starters out. Even though Michigan got the more important starter, I still think. Michigan has the most important starter out. I still think they're still the overall better team. So I'm with JD. Like he said, the line ain't dropped that much. And that's for a reason. And it should, I think it should be at 4, not even 4.5, maybe even 3. But Michigan still should take care of business here. Like, unless they just come out and lay an egg, I don't think so.
Yeah,
and I don't think your boy not gonna want that to be the lasting image of him going losing in the Big Ten tournament, Howard, with him arguing with coaches with his sideline. So
yeah,
you might want to make up for that. They might come out here and take care of business, man.
yeah, I'm right there with you. Michigan -5.5 official play for both of us. Book it. Let's get to our next game. Man, that sucks because I just placed my bet and I could have got it at a better line.
No.
Yeah, damn, that sucks. We should have went live earlier. It is what it is, man.
That was on me. Yes.
Let's get to our next game. LSU taking on Arkansas. Where's these notes?
Arkansas.
Let me get these notes real quick.
You got me saying that shit.
Arkansas opened up as a -3 favorite. The line was at 165. That line now is at -4, 162.5 for the total. LSU, they are 17-8 on the year, 12-13 against the spread, while Arkansas, they are 22-5 on the year, 18-8 against the spread. They definitely helped me out yesterday on a parlay. I did a crazy parlay with them yesterday. LSU, Shaq Jr., he's out. He's been out all year. But Jay Williams, he is downgraded to out today with COVID. How many points? Marley, if you can, while I'm getting these notes, let me know what Jay Williams went for yesterday and yesterday's victory against Mizzou. Not Mizzou. Yeah, Mizzou. I'm sorry. LSU. Who did LSU play yesterday? Ole Miss. I didn't get to watch that game because I wasn't focused on it. I was on that Colorado game, so
they played Mizzou.
LSU did? No, yeah. Arkansas played Mizzou yesterday. I watched that whole game. LSU played Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss. There we go.
Well, let me get to these actual factuals real quick. LSU, they are 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games. The overs hit 12 out of the last 18 of LSU's games. They're 6-2 straight up in the last 8. 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games against Arkansas. 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games against the SEC opponent. 4-1 straight up against the spread in the last 5 games in the month of March. 13-7 straight up in the last 20 games played on a Saturday. And 4-11 straight up in the last 15 games when playing as an underdog. Arkansas, they are 8-1 against the spread in the last 9 games. They are 9-0 straight up in the last 9 games. The total has gone under 4 out of the last 6. They are 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games, 12-0 straight up in the last 12 games against an SEC opponent, 8-1 against the spread in the last 9 games when playing as a favorite, and 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games when playing on a Saturday. Arkansas taking on LSU. What you got, Marley?
This is another play that I had that I made already. And I'm on Arkansas. Arkansas here. I took LSU yesterday. I rode. That was one of my plays. They play Ole Miss. They took care of business for me. But we talked yesterday about this Arkansas team, and we both said that they should have won the SEC over Alabama. I think this is one of the better teams in the SEC, although I think the SEC is the 3rd best conference this year. But for me, I'm all over Arkansas here, minus the 3.5. Was going to do the money line, but I think they can cover this game because LSU can't play no goddamn defense. Like, they can score. They can score with anybody. They can score. They go offensive rebound. Offensively, they go play tough. It's just it's like they don't give the same goddamn effort on defense that they do on offense. And then Arkansas, they've been balling. They 9-1 on their last 10 games, 7-0 as a favorite. 2-1 as a dog, 8-2 ATS. I mean, 4-1 home, 3-1 on the raid, 1-0 neutral site. Like, I don't know what more I need to give to you, ATS, for this Arkansas team. So I'm riding with the numbers. I think the eye test, I think they're the better team based off what I've seen this season. I like how they're playing basketball coming into the SEC tournament. This is a team to watch out for, a sneaky team. Might can get to the Elite 8 or maybe Sweet 16. I think this is a better team than that Ohio State team we just finished talking about. Clearly, they're ranked better. I don't think they're a Final Four team quite just yet. I don't think they're that good, but I definitely think they can Elite 8, Sweet 16. They definitely have a chance to win this tournament. I expect to see them and Alabama in the SEC championship. Without if everything goes accordingly with no surprises. So I'm gonna stay on this train that I've been riding with Arkansas.
All right. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so Williams didn't even play yesterday. All
I was
right.
trying to pull it up. I had to switch apps. ESPN tripping.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. He didn't play yesterday. So here's my thing. I think LSU, they're just very unpredictable. Again, they were chosen to be the favorites in the beginning of the year as the SEC champion favorites. They are definitely a sneaky team. I do like the way Arkansas plays. I am a little concerned with that line. So for this one, I will. Did you take money line or did you say -3.5?
I said 3.5. You kind of scaring me off of it.
Nah, well, you got the 3.5. I recommend taking Arkansas money line. If you got it, just throw it on there. Boom. Enjoy the game because LSU is a sneaky, terrible team. They do got a jump shooter over there that will be drafted into the league next year. So yeah, Arkansas money line is my play. Marley likes them with the points. I think they can cover with the points, but I just don't want to be stressing about that today.
I get it. I get it.
Let's get to the next game right here. And this is one of the teams. So I didn't even have a play on them yesterday, and I took them anyway on a crazy parlay. And
I forgot to bring up my parlay from yesterday. Go ahead, though.
and Iowa. So we got Iowa taking on Illinois. This Illinois team is good. Iowa, Illinois. Illinois opened up as a -2.5 favorite. Right now, that line's at -3.5. The total opened up at 158.5. Right now, it's at 154. Iowa with Luka Garza, the best player in the country, so they say. 21-7 on the year, 15-12-1 against the spread. While the Fighting Illini, they are 21-6, 18-9 against the spread. Injury reports. Westcamp, he's probable for today's game. I mean, no, that's from yesterday. So he's good. He played. Illinois, same guys are out that were out yesterday. They are out again. Illinois routed Rutgers 90-68, while Iowa came back and beat and covered the spread, depending on where you caught the line at. But by tip-off, it was at 4.5. Wisconsin, they beat Wisconsin 62-57. Get to these actual factions real quick. The under for Iowa has hit 8 out of the last 10 games. They are 81 straight up in the last 9 games, 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games, 5-2 straight up in the last 7 games. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games, 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games against a Big Ten opponent. 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing on a Saturday. Illinois, they are 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games. The overs hit 5 out of the last 7. They're 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games, 12-1 straight up in the last 13 games, 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 Big Ten conference games, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games. In March, 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games when played on a Saturday, and the unders hit 5 out of the last 7 when playing on a Saturday. Iowa versus Illinois. What you got, Marley?
Man, listen. Ever since I saw them boys beat Michigan, I knew they were good, but when I seen them beat Michigan without I can't never say his name. Dusamnu. I can't say his name.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. They beat, and that's their best player. They ain't turn around and beat the number 1 team in the country. I got to give it to him with that one. And I've been on that train since. I'm not jumping off now. I'm right back on Iowa. I did the money line. I mean, not Iowa, excuse me, Illinois. I'm sorry. I did the money line, but I'm gonna turn around and take the 3.5. But for show purposes, I'm gonna stick with the money line just because I know Iowa is good. I don't think they're on this team's level, honestly. I know they got Luka Garza, but he gonna have his trouble filled with Cockburn today, please believe. And Dusamnu back, right? He played yesterday, didn't he?
Who?
Dusamnu. Whatever old boy name. I can't say his name.
Yeah. Everybody
back, right? Everybody back for Illinois, right? I didn't watch the game yesterday. I just took it and knew it was to be a blowout. I know he was hurt before that. But anyway, I think Garza gonna have his hands full today. He's still gonna do his thing. Like you said, he's one of the best players in college, at least so they say, especially at the big man position. But I just think it's too much Illinois, too much power. This is what I expect to be another Final Four team here. They both have ended the season playing well. Their last 10 games, Iowa's 8-2, Illinois is 9-1. They're both killing the ATS. Oh well, Illinois ATS is 7-3 out of that last 10, and Iowa is 5-4-1. So I mean, they've been winning, but technically they haven't been covering. And Illinois is 4-2 ATS on the road in their last 10. I know. So I just look at on the road because I know it's a neutral site, and even looking at neutral site games, Illinois is 1-0. And Wisconsin is 0-1. I mean, Iowa is 0-1. And I don't like how they kind of struggle with Wisconsin, dog. This Illinois team beat Wisconsin by 15 the first time and by 6.
That was in the beginning of the year, right? Or was it?
No. That was in February 6th.
Okay.
75-60. And then turn around and beat them again February 27th by 5 as an underdog. So and then I look at Iowa. Yeah, they won 8 out of the last 10, but their losses is 2 Wisconsins, a Nebraska, a Rutgers, a Michigan State. When they weren't playing good, they lost to Michigan and they lost to Indiana. So like I just when it's time to play somebody tough, I can't see them pulling out this win, not against this team. As good as I do know Iowa is, I don't like them tonight against this Illinois team, just going up against a monster. So I'm on Illinois money line.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I like Illinois money line too. Yesterday, I've seen Illinois play like 3 times this year. 4 times. I saw them early in the beginning of the year. That's how I found out they had a lottery pick player. But watching them yesterday and watching them against Michigan, and I'm like, yo, and they did it without one of their star players. This team is the truth. Luka Garza was having trouble yesterday against Wisconsin's big men. So, today, you going. I think this team is just way more athletic. I mean, they won it, and they was talking shit yesterday in the game, full of confidence. So I see them going in today. They will definitely cover this. It should be like a 7-8 point game. First half, they should win the first half, Illinois. But I'm right there with you. This is the game. After this Michigan victory, I'm going all in. I'm trying to get 3 or 4 off this one.
Hey, this the game, and it's early. This to set you up for tonight. You know what I'm saying? For the evening.
I'm in there with Florida State tonight, but we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
I'm going all in on this one, big dog. And then I'm gonna be joining you in Vegas next week.
Yes.
I'm gonna buy the tickets and everything.
Plane taking off Monday, Doc. Plane taking off Monday.
So yeah, we both like Illinois money line, but we're definitely both confident that they will cover the spread for this one. Hey guys, be sure to like, subscribe, follow all of our platforms. We do different things, throw the picks out on different ones. So, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. Marley, let's get to the next game. Alabama taking on Tennessee. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go over these stats and these actual factuals, and I'm gonna let you take it away because a brother got to take a piss, cleansing. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
got you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got
let's get this. Tennessee versus Alabama. Alabama opened up as a -3 favorite. They're now a -4 favorite. The total was at 136. Now it's at 140 and a half. Tennessee, they are 18-7 against the spread. 18-7 straight up, 14-11 against the spread. While Alabama, they are 22-6 on the year, 16-11-1 against the spread. Injury report. So I do know that old boy that got knocked out, Flukerson, he is out of the tournament. He's concussed. He's not going to be playing today. And they
That's
still got
big.
say that again.
That's big.
Yeah, and Walker Jr. he was out, but for Bama, Primo he left the game, so he is questionable for tonight's game as well. Alabama they played Florida in the last two games. They played them yesterday. It was very easy money, 78-66. Was able to cash in on the second half, and they covered that easy as well. Bama they took on Mississippi State 18. They won 85-48. That definitely probably was the easiest money for anybody that betted on for just period. That was the easiest, the play of the day, the easiest money. I didn't jump on that because I'm not too familiar with this team. But
I think I gave that out yesterday, didn't I? No, we didn't. But I did jump on
not
it.
sure.
Nah, we didn't. I just looked at it.
But I'm definitely gonna check them out today. Excuse me. Tennessee, get these actual factuals. Tennessee, they are 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. 8-4 straight up in the last 12 games, 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games when playing against Bama, 6-3 straight up in the last 9 games, 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games against an SEC opponents. The overs hit 10 out of the last 11 games when played in the month of March, and they are 3-7 straight up in the last 10 games when playing as an underdog. Bama, the unders hit 4 out of the last 5 games. They're 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games. They are 17-3 in the last 20 games this season, 17-2 straight up in the last 19 games against SEC opponents, 4-8 against the spread in the last 12 in the month of March, 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games on a Saturday. Bama, crazy to think we're talking about them in basketball, taking on the Volunteers of Tennessee. What you got, Marley?
Man, it's crazy you said that. I wasn't going to read this stat off, but since you said that, I am to the people.
Hold on, I want to hear it real quick. What is it?
Alabama has not won the Southeastern Conference in 2 decades. That's 20 years. So what that means to me is that they're going to play this tournament. They're not worried about the NCAA tournament right now. They're focused on the SEC tournament, something that no Alabama team has done in the last 20 years. You heard me? 20 years. So they're going to play today. They're trying to win the SEC tournament. To shut people like me up who thinks that Arkansas probably should have won it. But let's get on this game. So in the last 10 games, Alabama has won 8-2. They're 4-0 at home, 3-2 on the road, 1-0 on a neutral site. 5-5 against the spread over those last 10. 3-1 at home, 1-4 on the road, 1-0 on a neutral site. This Tennessee team, like Coach said, Fulkerson is out. Fulkerson averages 10, but he's the senior, he's the leader, and he's really goddamn crafty in the paint. And he can shoot it. Like, I like Fulkerson. I think him and Walker Jr. being questionable, I think that's huge for this Tennessee team. Because to me, I'm not a believer in this Tennessee team. They play so up and down that it's baffling to me how they play. I definitely do not understand why they are ranked as high as they are. Some of their losses I look at and just fucking shake my head. They kind of had me fooled earlier in the year. Like you beat Florida, then you lose to Auburn because I don't think this Auburn team is handy. You lose to Kentucky. You lose to Ole Miss. Like, this Tennessee team should be better than that, in my opinion. And then I look at Bama. 4 straight wins. take care of business against Auburn, take care of business against what I think is a sneaky Georgia team. Their losses in their last 10 are to Arkansas and Mizzou by 3. And we talked about Mizzou a couple of days ago. They're like an up and down team. They're inconsistent, but when they're up, they're probably one of the better teams in the SEC. But for me, I'm on Alabama. I took the money line. I actually do think the 4 is good. I hit like a big ass 18 parlay yesterday. That set me right. I got it. I'm not gonna go over everything real quick though, but it was like a mixture of NBA and college. So I'm kind of sitting where I can do money lines. Like you, I'm not sitting as high as coach right now, but I got enough room where I'm not fucking around today. I'm trying to go to Vegas with a couple extra bands in my pocket so I can blow at the sports book and on the crap table, probably the poker table too. So I'm money lining shit that I feel like, even though I feel like they can cover the same with Illinois, I'm just trying to get the fuck in, get the fuck out. Excuse my language for anybody that's, not really with the,
man,
profanity.
Hey man, what you told me? Hey man, this is our show.
You got that right. You got that right. So
hey,
that's my play. Bama money line.
I'm not all in because I haven't sat down and watched Alabama play at all this year. I just keep hearing. I've seen a lot of Tennessee play this year. I've seen a lot of more than I needed to see.
Right. I'm not a fan of Tennessee.
They just inconsistent. And I was telling you earlier before we went on. They just been playing Florida. For the last week, and Florida hasn't been the same since that kid got passed out in the middle of the court. So I'm right there with you, Alabama money line. I don't want to stress too much today, man. Just give me my chips. You know what I'm saying? Let me get ready to go to Vegas. I'm gonna pull up on T out of nowhere.
I'm gonna
take my son because he want to go. Take him, show him what it's like. You know what I'm saying? And just chill.
I'm bringing the kids, the wife, the family. So bring Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing Trey. I think Trey a little older. Trey's 16. How old Jordan is?
He 15.
Oh well, shit, yeah, man.
Yeah, they right there.
Right there. Yeah. We can rock.
But yeah, so I like Alabama money line.
But I do think Alabama puts up buckets.
And I do think they'll be able to cover the spread for the people. But I like Alabama. And don't worry, for those guys that are like, hey man, y'all the favorites. We're gonna get to some underdog. Underdog gonna win today, and somebody gonna get popped. It
happens.
Hopefully, it's none of the ones that we got plays on.
I feel good about the plays today, dog. I do. I've been feeling good. I said the day I went 4-0. What's today? Saturday. So I went 4-0 Thursday. That video that day, I said I'm going undefeated. Yesterday, I didn't say I'm going undefeated. We went 4-1, but I still felt like it was a good day. Today, I feel like we're gonna have another good day. We just started out those first two. It was the first tournament days. Those first 2 days, we went like 1-3. We was just coming back. You know what I'm saying? Boys was getting popped. That's how the tournament starts. Like niggas get popped. We have to adjust. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adjust, come back, and now we hot, bro. Now we hot, doing what we've been doing.
Yeah, man, I went on a crazy streak yesterday, but I gave out losers, so I'm not gonna lie on that. I did give out some losers yesterday on the show. But let's get to the next game. We got Oklahoma State, aka Cade Cunningham, taking on Texas. Texas opened up as a -2 favorite. Right now, that line is at -2.5 as a consensus. The total is at 146.5, and it's now sitting at 144. Oklahoma State, Cade Cunninghams, they are 20-7 on the year, 17-9-1 against the spread, while the Longhorns, they are 18-7, 11-13-1 against the spread. Injury reports, Oklahoma State, Williams, he's been out with an injury. Texas, they are healthy. Oklahoma State, they are on a 3-game winning streak, back-to-back victories against West Virginia. The one was during the tournament. And yesterday they upset it, Baylor 83-74. Texas Longhorns, they are coming off a big. Well, actually, they got a bye yesterday because Kansas they got popped by COVID, but they won 67-66 against Texas Tech. They were up at half, which, like I said, they're a good halftime team. So definitely said that. But they came back and lost. They actually came back and won by free throws at the end of the game against Texas Tech. Get to these actual factuals because the game should be starting in 20 minutes. Oklahoma State, they are 8-0 against the spread in the last 8 games. The overs hit 6 out of the last 7. They are 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games. 5-2 against the spread in the last 5 games. 8-0 against the spread in the last 8 games against a Big 12 opponent. They're 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games in the month of March. 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games played on a Saturday. Longhorns, they are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games. 13 out of the last 18 games have went over for Texas. They are 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games this season, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games against Big 12 opponents, 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games, 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games when played on a Saturday. Longhorn versus Cade Cunningham. What you got, Marley?
That shit is killing me. You calling them the boys the Cade Cunninghams?
That's them, dog.
Hey, I'm gonna say this every time we talk about Okie State. Houston Rockets, please draft this young man. Like, please draft Cade Cunningham. Boys, the truth. With that said, clearly I gave away my play already. I've been riding this Oklahoma State team for I know at least like 2 to 3 weeks, bro. Like easy 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm riding them now. I know we didn't give them as a play yesterday. We didn't break that video down, but I took the +9. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to money line, but I was scared because I know Baylor the truth. But they haven't been the same since COVID. I knew Okie State would cover. I think I said that in the video for sure. I think we both said we expected it to be close. On open mic, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm staying on the bandwagon. Last 10, 8-2. 8-2 ATS, 3-1 away, 3-1 home, 2-0 neutral site. 4-0 at home, 2-2 on the road. This Texas team, they've been playing good their last 10. They're 7-3, but they're only 5-4-1 ATS. So yeah, they've been winning, but they haven't been covering. So and I personally think they wouldn't have beat Kansas yesterday if Kansas would have played. As much as I do like this UT game, they're in the spot that they're in right now because Kansas caught COVID. And with Oklahoma State, like UT is in. They're in. Shaka is in. Shaka was probably coaching for his job at the beginning of the season. I think with the way Texas looked, and then they had COVID, it kind of dropped them off. I think Shaka's good as long as they have a decent performance in the tournament. They're straight. Okie State is not in right now. Record-wise and everything, yes, they should be in, but they're in right now. They're pending on an appeal. I don't know if it's athletics or what kind of appeal they got going, but their appeal is in a pending process. And the more we as fans see of this Oklahoma State team, they keep giving us exciting games. And Cade Cunningham becomes a star freshman. Like, it's all about money at the end of the day, and they're going to want to put Oklahoma State on TV versus one of these other little small schools that's not going to generate too much money, and it's probably going to be a one and done. So, and Oklahoma State is at least a Sweet 16 team. I think they can. I think they're one of the sleeper teams that can make it. That no one talks about. That can make it to like an Elite 8 or possibly a Final 4. Y'all know how it is in college. You just need one star player. You don't need a team. You just need one guard that can take over the game and can bring you home. Cade has had like 25 points in like 6 games over the season. I think he's the best freshman, or at least one of them. I'm not going to even go too long-winded, bro. This is my money line underdog winner. I've already jumped on it. I'm not taking the 2-5. I think they take care of business. And we said this earlier, Texas is a one-half team. Like, they never really play consecutive both halves. They'll either give you a sorry first half or a sorry second half. Most of the time is they give you a good first half, take the lead, and then second half they collapse. And what does Oklahoma State do? They hang around first half. They normally don't win a lot of first half. And then second half, Cade Cunningham come in, take over, and pop your ass. So don't get popped. Go ahead and ride with the Cade Cunninghams and the freshmen. That's what I got.
Say no more. I'm right there with you. I like Okie State money line. I want to say this real quick. That young man out of USC, Mobley,
Yeah.
he's
Nice. I
the
haven't. You know how I
truth,
feel about Pac-12, so I haven't really watched
dude.
a lot
I've
of Pac-12.
seen him a couple of times play. Last night, that boy had me pissed because I took Colorado,
Mm.
dude. That boy's the truth,
Mobley.
and all I kept thinking was, all you need is a star. Now a star can
This
take up.
one.
At one point, he had like 19 out of the 23 points. Like he was going off. 7
That's all
footer
you
can
need,
shoot the
dog.
three. Shoot free
Oh,
throws well.
he a
But I
big
like
man.
Cutting.
Your boy say that boy Chester say Mobley second pick in
Yeah.
the draft. Who you think the first pick in the draft is? We'll talk about that in open mic, Chester.
Cunningham. I give it to him. Cunningham. That's
Cunningham.
yeah. Isaiah Mobley. He played there too. Yeah, he hit a nice little three to help get him. He hit a three to help get him down to like 5, and that's when I kind of got nervous. I was like, okay, I got to go out in the garage, smoke, and watch the game now because I'll be having to move around spots. If I start losing, I'm like, okay, let me go to another spot, another room, watch the game. So yeah, I had to do that. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I like Oklahoma State, though they have Cade Cunningham. He's a youngster. There's a lot of bets around him. Likely, he's a dog. They call him the linebacker. This is Oklahoma State's time, and I think Cade Cunningham's going to put on another show.
Put on a show.
Money line hitting me right now. So he jumped on us. He jumped on them yesterday, money line.
I told him, he was like, y'all be on Facebook. I said, bro, we on YouTube and everything, bro. I'm trying to get him on the show. I told him we can block out his face, dog.
Yeah. We're gonna have to block him out and get like the voice changer. So
that's what he told me, dog. He was like, I gotta get the voice changed. I'm like, God damn, buddy. Like shit, man.
You know how he be, dog. You know how he be, man. You know how he be.
That's the money line, the OG of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So we value money line opinion a lot. You know what I'm saying?
When we start doing the sit down show, it'll be live because he could be off camera sitting behind the camera talking. But let's get to this next game. Our second to last game, Georgetown, the Cinderella of the whole tournament, conference tournaments, taking on Creighton. This line opened up in favor of -8 for Creighton. The total was at 144. Right now, that line's at -8.5 for Creighton. The total's at 143. Get to these actual factuals. Georgetown, they are 12-12, 15-9 against the spread, while the Blue Jays, they are 20-7 on the year, 13-14 against the spread. Injury reports, G-Town, they are healthy. Creighton. So, Cankerless, he is out, but they did lose another dude, and I can't think of his name. I'm not even going to try to spell his name out. But Georgetown, they beat Seton Hall 66-58. Yesterday, the day before, they beat Nova 72-71. The day before that, they beat Marquette 68-49. So they popped my ass them 2 nights, and I made money with their ass yesterday, finally. First time this season.
Okay.
Creighton, they popped my ass yesterday because I took UConn, but they beat UConn yesterday 59-56, and they beat Butler back-to-back games beforehand. Actual factuals real quick. For G-Town, they are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. The under said 5 out of the last 7. They are 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games. 3-9-1 against the spread in the last 13 games against Creighton. 2-7 straight up in the last 9 games against Creighton. 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games this season. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. And against an opponent in the Big East Conference, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games played in March, and the total has gone over 4 out of the last 5 when played on a Saturday. Excuse me. Creighton, they are 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games, 7-2 straight up in the last 9 games. The overs hit 5 out of the last 7. They are 10-3 straight up in the last 13 games this season, 7-2 straight up in the last 9 games against Big East opponents, 5-1 against the spread in the last 6, and 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 when played on the Saturday. Creighton versus Marquette. Take it away, Marley.
And this. So I've been riding with that Georgetown team for the last 2 games, I think. And I like, man, they've been hot, dog, and I like how they've been playing. And Creighton popped my ass yesterday too, because I took UConn, and I didn't see the game. I think I was driving at the time, but I thought we was up until like the last minute or 2 of that game. Wasn't UConn up?
Hell yeah, they went on. Creighton went on like a 7-game winning streak, 7-game streak. No, and UConn went cold for like the last 4 or 5 minutes. They went cold.
That shit that blew my mind. But I'm gonna keep riding this Georgetown train. I took the +8. I've already made a move on this game. The last time they played Creighton beat their ass though. Beat the shit out of them. It was early February, 48-63. But this is a different Georgetown team right now. They motivated, they pumped. It's tournament time. They might have that magic going. And I just think here 8 points is a lot. But man, I mean, Creighton has really been playing good, man. They're 6-4 ATS over their last 10, 7-3 in their last 10, 6-2 as a favorite. But Georgetown is 7-3 ATS over their last 10, 3-0 on a neutral site in their last 3. So I just think 8's a little bit too much here. Only because I think Georgetown is not the Georgetown from the regular season right now. It's different when you got a belief system, a belief factor, and like these kids know it's tournament time, and they know shit happens like this every tournament. They're not even thinking about how they played during the regular season. They're not walking into the game like we don't have a chance. They just beat Nova, even though Nova had an injury, but they don't give you can't tell Georgetown kids that we just beat Nova.
Yeah.
We just beat who they just beat the last game. Seton Hall, Marquette. They believe they can go win this tournament. They just took out the number 1 seed. And they don't have a chance to get in unless they win this tournament. So if they don't win this tournament, they don't get in. Creighton is going to get in. Georgetown +8. That's the play I got. 8.5. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I like G-Town +8.5. I'm definitely, since I'm sitting right, I'm gonna sprinkle about a couple hundreds on that money line just to do it. But yeah, I like official play. I'm right there with you. G-Town +8.5. They're playing in the house that their coach built. He had a little rant the other day about not getting respect in that building.
How the boys holding up Ewing, man? Ewing can't get in the building. I know I can't get in. Ewing can't get in.
He was in. He just didn't have clearance. They had to double check on a lot of shit where he was walking. But he wants his damn respect right now, coaching wise, and in that goddamn building from a player wise. You know what I'm saying? Whatchamacallit, Creighton have problems. They have problems in-house. Yeah, we did Bama already. We both like Bama money line, and we definitely like them to cover the spread. But our official play was money line. Creighton got problems in the locker room. The thing you got to start looking at, and Moneyline brought this to my attention. He's kind of right, do they want to put Creighton in that spotlight to represent the conference with the bullshit that they got going on, inside in-house? I think G-Town is motivated, like you said. I've been watching these guys play a lot this year, and every game I haven't won going against them. I'm not going to do that now. I like G-Town with the points, but I do believe they will win.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to the next and last and final game before we get to the open mic. Talk about some of these other games. We got 7 minutes to tip off for the Michigan State game, Michigan versus Ohio State game. Excuse me. Florida State opened up as a -4 favorite. They are sitting at -4.5. They are taking on Georgia Tech, who's one of our trendy teams that we've been following this year. The total's at 150.5 right now. It's at 145.5. Georgia Tech, they got an easy good bye to get to the championship. Who dropped out? UVA. They had COVID issues. G Tech, they are 16-8 on the year, 14-10 against the spread. Shout out to Joe Hamilton. Y'all made it. Florida State, they are 16-5 on the year, 11-2 against the spread. 8-2 against the spread. Excuse me. Injury reports for G Tech. Maxwell, he is out, but their star player, man, I can't think of his name just off the top of my head.
Georgia Tech?
Say it again.
Georgia Tech star player?
Yeah. What's the name?
Like, right? Oh, you talking about Alvarado.
Alvarado, yeah. I was about to say it sounds like avocado, but it's Alvarado. He's hurt, man. He's been playing hurt for the last couple of weeks. I saw him get kind of bent awkwardly yesterday in the game. So just keep an eye on that. You know, he hasn't really he's just been kind of dishing the ball, setting up the plays, passing, making some assists. But he's definitely in some pain right now in his lower body. I know it was his hamstring that was bothering, but they won 70. The good thing is they didn't have to play yesterday, so he got some time to kind of heal up. Anyways, they beat Miami 2 days ago, 70-66 to advance. They were down big in that game. While Florida State, they held off North Carolina rallying back. They won 69-66 in that game, which we both like North Carolina. Georgia Tech, they are 7-1 against the spread in the last 8 games, to overtake 4 out of the last 6. They are 7-0 straight up in the last 7 games, 4-9 against the spread in the last 13 games against Florida State, 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games against Florida State, 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games this season, 7-0 straight up in the last 7 games against the ACC opponents, 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games, 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games, and 5 out of the last 5 games have gone over on a Saturday for G Tech. Florida State, the overs hit 6 out of the last 8 for Florida State. They are 11-3 straight up in the last 14 games, 6-2 straight up in the last 8 games, 11-3 straight up in the last 14 games against ACC opponents, and 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing on a Saturday. My Seminoles taking on Georgia Tech. What you got, Marley?
Man, okay, so my play was I've already made a play on this game, and my play was Florida State. I did the money line just because your school, your team is clearly to me the way better team here. And as much as I do like Georgia Tech, but I just never know what Florida State team is going to show up. That's always my question. Are we going to get the Florida State team that beat Notre Dame? I mean, not Notre Dame, excuse me. Beat North Carolina, beat Virginia, or are we going to get the team that lost to Notre Dame? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way they should be losing to Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? By 10 points. So, and this Georgia Tech team did beat Florida State 65-76 January 30th. So, for me, and we're looking at them the way they looked yesterday, and to me, dog, this is one of the most athletic teams in the country. I think they're up there with North Carolina, just as far as athleticism, not just skill. Just every position is athletes. And I really like MJ Walker. Florida State kind of goes as MJ goes. He doesn't have to score a bunch because, like I said, this is one of the most athletic teams, definitely in the conference. Everybody, all their starters are almost averaging a double-double, with the exception of Polite and Copote. I can't say the other guy's name, but they averaging 9. The rest of the guys are averaging double digits. And like you said, Alvarado is hurt, and this is not the good game to be hurt going up against straight athletes. I like Florida State. I did the money line. Like I said earlier, on my way to Vegas, man. I ain't trying to bullshit. I'm just trying to hit these next 2 days and get the fuck out of here. So
I'm right there with you. I like Florida State. I like them -4.5. I think they'll cover that easy. But I'll be betting money line to chill. This will be the end of the night deal. I might fool around with the Pac-12 game later, but this is definitely it's going to be contested. But I just think with Alvarado not being 100%, I think Florida State's going to run off with this one. So I like Florida State to cover the spread -4.5. Official play.
Official play. -4 in the hell. Got you. That is a lot of games we just gave out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
7.
So just to recap, just to kind of recap for everybody, I'm not gonna go through it. We both like Michigan -5.5. We both like Martin likes Arkansas -3.5. I like Arkansas money line. We both like Illinois money line. We both like Bama money line. We both like Oklahoma State money line. We both like Georgetown +8.5, and I like Florida State -4.5. Marley likes some money line. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow. Marley, I don't think anybody is really here to do open mic, and because the game is about to tip off in 1 minute. So if you got anything you want to say before we go?
I'm riding with Ohio, your boy, your light-skinned LaMelo partner tonight against Buffalo. That's another underdog play I got. Not official for the show, but 6:30 game, Ohio over Buffalo.
That's a bet, man. Hey, man, y'all be sure to subscribe, like, comment, follow, man. We are out. Good luck to everybody. Get that money.
Let's beat Vegas, baby.
Yes, sir.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems. We gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making